Counting down to puck drop here with assistant coach Kevin Schmidt. This is David Fine with you. The Iowa Heartlanders, their first game ever against the Tahoe Night Monsters and starting a 3-3 at home. Coach, last week, same kind of circumstances, 3-3 at home, and the Heartlanders reeled off 3 wins in a row. You look back over those 3 wins, what kind of things come to mind?
Getting started on time, playing a consistent game for 60 minutes, playing hockey the right way. And, we had great energy, we had a great mindset, and got off to good starts, and that led to us establishing a lead and ultimately getting 2 points each night
against teams that were, Indy's case, 4th in the division at the time. Kalamazoo was just a few points and still are just a few points out of a playoff spot. As you look at the complexion of things as we hit the end of the first half of the season, to win games like that against teams that are a little bit behind you and then you push them even further behind you, how valued is that this time of year, or any time of year really?
Yeah, I mean, they're really significant games. I mean, they're divisional games, so 2 points on the line, but realistically it's a 4-point game. So last weekend was huge. We had 3 of those 4-point games. So in total, you kind of look at it as like maybe a 12-point weekend when everything's said and done. So it was just a really good effort and a really good job by our guys, and we're super proud and super happy to come away with a weekend like that.
Heartlanders scored the game-winning goal shorthanded the last time they played. That was Yuki Mira, leads the team now all-time in shorthanded goals with 3 all-time for the Heartlanders, 2 this year and then 1 last year. So that shorthanded ability, Yuki's got 2 of the 5 shorthanded goals that Iowa has as a team this year. What have you thought about the way Iowa's been able to pick and choose their spots to be aggressive on the PK and net a few of those this year?
I mean, obviously, any chance you get you get a shorthanded goal, it's a momentum changer. It's obviously really big. It's opportunity for the other team to take advantage and ultimately try to score a goal, or gives them the best chance, percentage-wise speaking, to score a goal. So, anytime you're able to do that, you kind of take their wind out of their sails. So it's huge. Obviously, you don't give up a goal and you get one. So obviously, really important. It's something, the evolution of the penalty kill, just looking for ways and areas to improve and to get better. We've identified a few areas of not necessarily concern, but areas for improvement. So I think moving into the back half of the season, we'll kind of teach that up and coach that area up. And I think moving forward, the penalty kill should be more effective and a little bit more aggressive. It's just about making the appropriate reads to put yourself in a position to ultimately be aggressive and be successful.
Ever-changing hockey league. Tahoe gets a few of their guys back from the AHL. An injury, Jakob Demek is back. Jet Jones is back. Then the Heartlanders side, obviously Gavin Hain, and he got hurt last week, and Matt Sopp recalled this morning up to the Iowa Wild. So you look at the complexion of losing a few of your key offensive pieces. What's the messaging in the room? What if anything changes? Because I have a feeling you're going to say it's not, losing 2 point and a half per game players over the last couple games.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're significant players for us, so it hurts to lose them, but we certainly don't hesitate. We're always moving forward and looking forward, and nothing changes from our perspective or from our team's perspective. To be honest, we're always going to play the same way, and we have certain standards and expectations and a certain way we want to play, regardless who's in that lineup. So we just keep marching forward, looking forward, and we certainly don't feel shorthanded by any stretch of the imagination. We really like our chances. We love our group and love our team, with and without those guys in the lineup.
It almost feels to me, and I have watched a lot less Tahoe tape than you have, which is why I'm going to rely on your expertise, but they're one of the highest scoring teams in the league. They possess, at least on paper, some of the most dangerous players in the league. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Toledo and Wheeling in some of the games, Heartlanders, Fort Wayne a little bit, in terms of the high-end talent that they possess. So you tell me if I'm wrong and what the tape is showing on why Tahoe's first place in their division and 5th place in the league.
Yeah, I mean, very fair assessment. I think you're spot on. They're very skilled. They play with really good pace. They transition the puck really fast, and they usually have 4 players in the rush. They attack. They attack off the rush. They're not so much of a north and south team, but they just really get numbers up into play. So they're super hard to defend. They're played quick. Obviously, they got a lot of skill and talent. So it's a handful, and I think you're spot on. They're right there with the likes of, Toledo, a Wheeling, a Fort Wayne. They're just always coming at you with waves and numbers.
What is it, last one for you, about the Heartlander style this year that gives you hope that those kind of things can be quelled a little bit and slowed down?
I mean, it's the same old kind of, song and dance for us. We want to play a north-south game. We want to make sure we're eliminating our turnovers, getting pucks in deep, and then going to work on the forecheck. And when we do that, we churn a lot of pucks over and in turn, end up playing a lot in the O zone, which, forces teams to play in the D zone. We can wear them down. We can kind of, get that momentum wheel working in our favor. So, that's what I was alluding to before. Our game plan, our style of play really doesn't change regardless who's in the lineup or not. It's a good kind of, recipe to combat high-skilled teams. And, like I said, regardless if we were playing, that's our kind of game. That's how we've been successful, and I believe that's how we'll be successful moving forward.
Kevin Schmidt, thanks again for a few minutes.
As always, David, thank you.
Absolutely. We'll be right back after this. Iowa and Tahoe getting set to go here on a Friday in Coralville.